Good evening and welcome to our April 2025 Resica Falls Leaders Update, the SPL edition. Have a bunch of exciting information to share with both our adult leaders and senior patrol leaders about this week in camp. As we get going and start moving through some of the stuff this evening, we're going to put a special emphasis on program and making sure that your unit has a fun stay in camp this week. Before we jump into it, I'd like to go over a couple of the ground rules with everybody, or how this Zoom webinar is going to work. So the webinar is being recorded, so this will be able to be viewed after and posted on our YouTube channel. All participant cameras and microphones have been disabled. You're going to be using the Q&A feature, not the chat, to ask your questions this evening. And as we're going through and sharing lots of different information, make sure you're waiting to hear what our team is going to share before you start asking some questions. That way you don't have to type out a question that we might already be answering for you. All right, so we got myself, I'm the camp director, Steve Mock. We're going to have our two assistant camp directors, Jerry Reed and Matt Gutterman, speaking with us this evening on various topics. Dom Tomasetti, our program director, and then Jake Walsh, our assistant program director, as we go through and share with you all of these different exciting things happening in the summer of 2025. We're going to go over some important dates. We're going to talk about our MedForm review days and getting those checked before you arrive in camp. We're going to touch upon the role of the senior patrol leader, as well as some program quick tips. Really dive in for our 2025 theme, talk about our Afternoon Adventures program, explain to you our theme shirts for the summer of 2025, and then wrap it all up by talking about our pre-camp survey, and then answering any questions that maybe you still have after we've gone through some things this evening. So I'm going to throw it over to Jerry to run through some dates.
Tick tock, it's after 7 o'clock. Bring out your calendars, bring out your phones. We got a couple of dates to share with you, and before you know it, camp is going to be here. So there's a upcoming April 12th, a camp service day up at Resica, and you get to come and camp at a ground site for free. Stay over for the weekend. That ought to be an exciting day. All right, come help us get ready for camp. Always things to do. On May 3rd, another camp service day, free camping again. Come spend another weekend. If you can only do one, we greatly appreciate it. May 15th, here we go. Full payment due. Includes scouts and scouters, and that way you'll be all set and ready to go before you get to camp. That's May 15th. All final fees are due. Going down to May 20th, there's our next leaders unit update. And by then, we should have most of your questions answered, we hope. But to join us one more time, if you thought of something that you need to know. All right, please join us again. May 22nd. Oh, here we go. We have custom themed date of the shirts are due, or your order. There's another slide a little later. We'll show you what the shirt looks like, the cost, and then how you get on it. So May 22nd, your troop order has to be in on Black Pug. That's about it. Hopefully we covered everything that you need to know right now. So we'll move on. Yes. Make new friends or bring your own friend to summer camp. Don't forget, you can bring a friend. It's more fun. Show them around camp, and we can have your troop have bigger numbers. We always want to come and have fun with us. All right. Bring a friend or make a new one at camp. Don't be afraid to do that. All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jerry. All right, I want to talk about our pre-camp medical review days. We started this program last year, thanks to some key volunteers from the council camping and properties and health and safety committees, and we're going to continue that program again this year. The idea is that if your unit has all of your medical forms situated, you can bring them to the council office and have them reviewed ahead of time before you arrive at camp to help make your check-in experience a little bit quicker. We're going to be having 3 dates this year in the late spring, early summer, May 31st, June 7th, and June 8th. And the times are going to be dependent upon the day. So May 31st and June 8th will be 8:30 in the morning till 1:30 in the afternoon. And then June 7th will be 8:30 in the morning till noon. What will happen is a representative from your unit will come in person with your unit's medical forms. Hopefully, you're going to have all of your medical forms complete. We're not looking for partials or this guy's missing this form or I have this scout that still needs to turn this in. We're looking for everyone to have the entire unit's medical forms complete and ready to go. These will be being turned in at these medical form review days. They will be kept by us until you leave camp. So if you need those medical forms for anything else within your unit, make sure you're making your copies ahead of time. The people that are there reviewing the forms are kind of going to go through them, make sure everything's good to go. And like I said, you'll get your forms back at the end of your week of camp, whenever that might be. But what forms are we talking about here? Each participant coming to camp should have a complete copy of the Scouting America Annual Health and Medical Record. That's part A, B, and C, and that includes the physical with the doctor's signature. The annual health and medical record with that physical needs to be completed within 1 year of attending camp, but it is good for the entire month. So if you got a physical done in June of 2024, that is good until June 30th, 2025. So it's good for that entire month, not the exact date that you got that physical done. Just an important thing to keep in mind. We're looking at 1 copy of that for each person coming to camp. The drug administration record, all right, where we have 2 sections. One deals with over-the-counter medication distribution through our health lodge, and the other deals with prescription medication. We're looking for 2 copies of that form. One is going to be kept in the health lodge, and the other is going to be with the individual's prescription medication if they have them, whether that medication is stored in the health lodge or your unit is choosing to distribute the medication in camp. We need to have those 2 copies of the drug administration record on hand, one with the medication and one kept in the health lodge. That drug administration record has been updated for the summer of 2025. It includes different over-the-counter medications and distribution instructions and things like that. So please make sure that you're using the 2025 drug administration record, just approved by our Health and Safety Committee, and now posted on our website, resicafalls.org/documents. And the third form that we're looking to have turned in on one of those medical form review days is the unit medication storage release. This is for if your unit is making the decision to administer Scouts medications in your campsite and storing them in your campsite. This is just a verification by that Scoutmaster saying that I'm taking the responsibility for administering those medications through the campsite. May 31st, June 7th, and June 8th is the option to turn these forms in if you want to do that in advance. If you don't want to take advantage of that option, right, you can still bring them all with you. You have to bring them all with you when you arrive to camp for the summer, and then that'll just be another part of your check-in process on Sunday afternoon. These forms can be found at resicafalls.org/documents. There's some detailed instructions in our program guide about the medical forms, and we'll be sending out some of this information to our units about making sure they know what exactly they need to bring for those medical form review days, as well as when you arrive to camp. I talked about the program guide for the medical form instructions, but the program guide has everything you might ever want to know about your stay in Resica Falls this summer. Lots of details, activity descriptions, program schedules, camp rules and regulations and policies. You name it, it's in the program guide. If you haven't checked it out yet, please make sure you do. resicafalls.org/documents, and you'll know a whole lot more heading into the summer at camp.
All right, everyone. Real quick, I'm going to give a quick overview of the role of an SPL in camp. As Steve said, please check out our program guide. This is valuable for all your leaders, but especially for the SPL as well, so you know what's going on in camp before you get there. Um, what are your fellow scouts interested in doing at camp? Do you want to plan any trips? All of these activities are outlined in the guide, but also it's important for you to ask your troop to, make sure they know what they want to do so you can get that list ready and bring it to camp so we can help you establish that once you get here. Who will be in camp to support you? You'll, of course, have your adult leaders to help support you in managing these activities, but you'll also have us, myself and Dom, to help coordinate you and the rest of our camp leadership team with scheduling any of these activities with our staff once you arrive in camp. For the check-in process, we would appreciate you guys helping to organize your troop, get through, whether you do pre-mediform checks or you do it at camp. You'll still go through med questions and the rest of the checks. So stick with your scoutmaster and then help organize your troop so we can get that done as thoroughly and as quickly as possible. Also, after that med check, you'll go into camp and it'll be especially helpful if you can help coordinate with your site host to make sure the troop is getting through that check-in as fast as possible for your in-camp tour and everything else that we got going on that first night Sunday. Campers Council meetings. We're going to have these meetings daily at 7:15 p.m. at the clock tower. We're going to set the theme for the week and keep you up to date on all things program. One of the biggest things being our campers campfire that we ask you guys to help run on Wednesday evening. That's where you guys can get your troop together and get involved and put on a skit, song, or cheer that your troop can display to the whole camp and just have a huge party. Afternoon adventures. Dom's going to go more in depth on them later, but this is also your opportunity Sunday night. Check out our program guide, and soon we're going to be posting an afternoon adventure update to see what your troop wants to do. And that Sunday night, after the leaders update, you'll go into the dining hall and speak with our area directors, and you'll get to pick and sign up for various things that you guys can do throughout the week. And for feedback, it's very important, and we very much appreciate you guys going to that SPL meeting and the end of week evaluation survey so we can just touch base and get to know with what you guys loved and what you guys think we could improve upon. On the next slide, I'm going to go over some program tips. So we have a bunch of program highlights with our merit badges and our additional afternoon classes. We now have a class session from 2:15 till 3:15 p.m. That's an extra merit badge session for your scouts to sign up for and get more badges in throughout the day. As with our afternoon adventures, those don't impede one another. You can definitely do both. Just touch base with your counselor for anything that might, seem to be a scheduling conflict, if that even happens. We also have a bunch of other activities with our High Five, ATV, Resica Rangers, and Twilight programs. And this Saturday, we opened our program registration, and it is live. Positions are filling up fast, so make sure you get on that if you have not already. On the following slide, I'll also do a quick promo for our Weeblos Week program. It's a program that introduces Cub Scouts into a Stay Away Scouting America camp. They get to experience the fun of our themes and complete some of their adventures as well. That registration is also live, and the spots are also filling up pretty fast. So if you have any Cub packs that let them know to try it out. I'll pass it off to Dom now, our program director, to talk about embracing our theme.
All right, so break out those eye patches and dust off those tricorn hats. This summer at camp, our theme is Pirates of the Bushkill. Particularly new to this year, we'll have an entirely camper-driven story and theme. So each of our troops will be paired with one of the 2 resident pirate crews of Port Resica. That'll be either the Blue Barnacle Buccaneers or the Crimson Crossbone Corsairs. Every activity that scouts or leaders participate in will earn them gold doubloons that will help tally their crew's weekly score to determine which crew is the best once and for all. Just something to really remember is the more that you participate in our program and activities, the more the story of Port Resica will change and adapt as the week goes on. Some of those camp-wide programs that will be available to you to be able to earn those doubloons. We'll have our Mariners tournament, so that'll be our yearly sports tournament on Monday night. That'll be featuring volleyball and, of course, the fan favorite Gaga Ball. Our Tuesday night Sea Dog Sprint, which would be consisting of a triathlon with a run to the lake, some sailing, and, of course, a marksman test at archery. Returning once again for another year will be our Olympic Village-styled Global Port Festival, where troops will be able to put on a display from numerous cultures around the world. We'll have Ranjo's Night Raid, where everyone in camp could meet and hear stories of the legendary Captain Ranjo and embark on a quest in the dark to find clues to his long-lost treasure. And finally, of course, we'll have our Wednesday afternoon picnic and Barnacle Bash at the lake, which will be filled with numerous games and aquatic activities for everyone in camp to participate in. While troops are earning their doubloons, they'll also have the ability to search for the lost treasure of Captain Ranjo. So scouts will need to follow clues given throughout the week, during meals and various programs, to piece together the location of the treasure. And of course, what would a summer at Resica Falls be without our traditional gateway competition? As a quick reminder, every troop is encouraged to bring their own props or decorations for the entrance of their campsite. You're not just limited to what you find around camp or what you can buy in the trading post. You can bring your own props or decorations, so don't be afraid to hang a Jolly Roger or 2 or put some cargo netting up. On to our afternoon adventures. So on top of our new merit badge opportunities in the afternoon, we'll still have our afternoon adventure programs. To be on the lookout for the afternoon adventure guide being published on April 20th. That will have every adventure or afternoon program that will be available to all of our troops. They'll all be listed by area. So if you guys really want to participate in some activities in STEM, or maybe some catapult building at Scoutcraft, all of that will be in there and listed by program area. This year, there will be no need to sign up for your adventures prior to camp. Our directors will be ready to sign you up at our Sunday night afternoon adventures meeting right before the opening campfire to help you find out what programs you might be interested in or to help you schedule out between different areas. If any troopers interested in a trip to any of our watering holes, that'll be places like Fossil Rock, Cool Dip, or a canoe trip down the Delaware, you need to make sure you have a trip plan filled out while in camp. There will be no need to sign up early. So once you're at camp, our commissioners will be available along with our aquatics director during the week to help you get that filled out and make sure you've got everything you need to have a successful outing with your troop. Moving on to our range and target activities. As opposed to last year, there will be no need to sign up early, so everything will be available to sign up for as an afternoon adventure. If you'd like to take a trip to our rifle, shotgun, or archery ranges, make sure to sign up with our range directors at our Sunday night afternoon adventure meeting right before the opening campfire. Of course, if you do run into any issues while at camp with your afternoon adventures, some issues with scheduling, making up some time that you may have missed from going to another afternoon adventure, you can feel free to stop by Unami Lodge, and myself or Jake will be ready and able to make sure you're signed up and ready for your programs. Or you can go right to the director of the area that you'll be doing the program at. So they'll be able to sign you up right then and there, or be able to work with other directors to make sure you'll have a program available to you. So, we're still looking to fill a few key positions for the summer of 2025. So if you or anyone you know is looking for a fun summer experience, please visit resicafalls.org/staff to apply or to find out more information.
Hey, Jerry here again. Just to give you a little more info about the troop shirts that you guys can get and be a part of the program this summer. And so after this seminar, the shirts will be live and you can order them through your regular registration on Blackpug. You have a choice of a red or blue shirt that'll match the team that Dom had talked about, the Buccaneers or the Crimson crew of pirate. We have on the front of the shirt, we have a logo, and it's a full pirate one there. And on the back of your shirts, you can have your unit number and the home town that your troop is from. All right. So don't forget to put all that information when you give us a number of shirts and sizes that you will need. And you can pick them up when you check in on Sunday afternoon down at the school or at the camp. Okay. So the cost is not too bad. It's just kind of $20 for a small, medium, large, and extra large. And for those senior scouters that have more muscle, they're $25 for 2 extra large and 3 extra large. All right. Cool. We hope you grab a shirt, be a part of the program, and we'll have a good time this summer. Again, we will cover the cost of layout and setup fees for your shirts this year again. So get a shirt, be a part of the team. So to order shirts will be live after the meeting tonight, and they all must be ordered by May 22nd. May 22nd. No exceptions, or we're going to slap a tariff on you. Thank you.
All right. Tonight I'm going to talk about our pre-camp survey. So the pre-camp survey is one of the ways that we determine things like campsite assignments, arrival times, meal times, things like that. It's an opportunity for you to share any information that you may have with us where you might need special accommodations and requests and things like that. The pre-camp survey will be available starting tonight. And will become required in your Blackpug registration starting on May 1st. So you have now until May 1st to go in and make any changes. On May 1st, when you head into your Blackpug registration, it'll start requiring you to fill out the survey. As a reminder, the pre-camp survey is anything you put on there is a request and not a guarantee. We work our hardest to accommodate everyone and all the requests that we get, but it's a giant puzzle trying to get everyone to fit into camp and fit in the right places and the right meals and things like that. But we do our best to try to accommodate everything. Some of the questions that you'll see on the pre-camp survey include things like your unit hometown, the number of first-year scouts that are coming to camp, if you have a unit that you'd like to share the campsite with, if you're leaving early, those sort of things. I would like to make a note on the units and sharing campsites. If you have a linked troop that you would prefer to share a site with, so a boy and a girl unit from the same chartered organization, we will not automatically put you in the same site. If you'd like to be together and you're sharing leadership and things like that, please note that on your pre-camp survey. That's one way that we can help guarantee that that gets fulfilled. To find the pre-camp survey, you're going to head into your Black Pug registration, and under the registration contact, you're going to go through and scroll down, and you'll find the pre-camp survey there. It's going to be a series of questions, all sort of fill in the blank. You'll have the opportunity to make changes up until we get closer to camp. But like I said earlier, it will become required starting on May 1st. That's all the planned content that we have for you tonight. We hope that you join us again on May 20th at 7 p.m. for our next leaders update and the last major opportunity to ask questions live like this. But I'm going to throw it back to Steve now for our Q&A portion.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right, couple questions that have come in the Q&A. I'd like to touch upon them. Prerequisites for merit badges. Those are available in Black Pug, right? They're listed there, just in part with the rest of the merit badge registration piece. So if you're looking for your prerequisites for merit badges, they're listed in Black Pug with the scheduling and the registration component. Those afternoon adventures that Dom talked about, they don't cost any extra for the most part. Canoe trips on the Delaware River, some of our swimming hole excursions, archery, any of those other little things that we're doing, there's no extra cost associated with them. So make sure that you are taking full advantage of that and enjoying some of those non-badge programs that we offer in camp. The only caveat to that would be if when you sign up for a troop shoot, your troop is signing up to do a shotgun shoot. The cost of shotgun shells and clays and everything is much, much higher than rifle shooting, ammunition and targets and things like that. So there is a little charge associated with that you can just pay in camp once you know how many shooters you're going to have and things like that. But that's the only afternoon adventure that has any type of charge associated with it. So we're looking a couple t-shirt questions here, right? So Dom talked about the dueling pirate cruise, right? And your shirt is going to match that color. You don't need to know what color crew you're in or what color shirt you're going to need when you make your order. We need to know that so that we make sure we order you the right shirts. I can tell you it's going to be based upon your meal times, since our meal times this year are blue and red, and our pirate crews are the Blue Buccaneers and the Crimson Corsairs. So if you're in the blue meal, the first seating, you'll have blue shirts. And if you're in the red meal, you'll have red shirts in that second seating. There is no minimum order necessary for quantities on shirts, but I will say that it is nice when the whole troop or most of the troop has the opportunity to wear these shirts around camp on a particular day. I know the camp staff will be wearing them on Wednesday when we have our big camp-wide games going on up at the lake, and the staff will be wearing their crew shirts on that particular day. Got a question here about medical forms, okay? So our Council Health and Safety Committee came out with the drug administration record for all people attending camp. Even though the new national form lists over-the-counter medications as a approval, right? Our Council Health and Safety Committee feels that using the drug administration record gives the parents a little more information about the specific over-the-counter medication that may be administered to their scout while they're in camp, and gives the permission for specific over-the-counter medications as opposed to just a blanket approval. So that's how our Council Health and Safety Committee has chosen to proceed right now with our revised drug administration record. All right. Another question relating to the medication form. Scouts filling out Part B of the medication. There's a couple over-the-counter medications being listed there. I'm sorry, prescription medications being listed there on the form. If a scout needs to have additional form medications listed, or if the scout ends up having something added, we can always make an addition to that form or add in a little attachment to it as well. All right, working my way through here, looking at some of the different questions being asked in the Q&A. Question here about wait lists. Matt, do you want to talk about wait lists real quick?
Sure. So this year, only select badges have wait lists attached to them, right? So that would be any Eagle required merit badge, as well as our high adventure programs, such as ATV. Wait lists, you can add a scout to the wait list by first selecting a badge that is full, one of those programs that'll add you to the wait list, and then allow you to select a alternative class at that same time. If your scout gets moved off of the wait list, that alternative badge will automatically get dropped in favor of the class that they selected to be on the wait list for. And that will in turn open additional slots in that class up to other scouts throughout camp. At this point, we will be looking to start moving people off wait lists as we get closer to camp. And I have to say, there's no guarantee that once you're on a wait list that you'll actually get a slot, right? Wait lists and class sizes are driven based off of things like facility capacity, staffing ratios, and safety and ratios and things like that. So we do our best to move scouts off of the wait list, but some programs like ATV just have very fixed capacities.
Awesome. Thank you, Matt. Continuing with the merit badge theme, when scouts are bringing prerequisites to summer camp, some things that might be unit oriented, like for camping merit badge, participating in certain activities, a note from the scoutmaster will suffice for that. But if it's a prerequisite for something specific, like working on a project or visiting a museum ahead of time for certain badges and things like that, we do ask that the scouts bring proof of that completed prerequisite with them, or if it's writing something ahead of time, proof that they've written that letter to their senator or representative for citizenship in the nation or something like that. All right. Another question relating to merit badges is about some of the prerequisites, right? So prerequisites are listed in the Black Plug registration piece, where you would sign up a scout for merit badges along with the schedule and everything. It's all listed out in Black Plug. Big thing with that is going to be that sometimes Scouting America rolls out new merit badge requirements as of May 1st or June 1st. So right now, when we set up the prerequisites, we use the January 1st merit badge requirements. If there's any changes or shifts or things like that, we'll certainly communicate those with you as we get closer to camp and as they come our way. We'll find out when you find out about some of those pieces, right? Question here about art merit badge. Yes, our art merit badge is something that is available. There was a mis-setup in setting up art in the Black Plug pre-registration piece. So in the middle of the pre-registration last Saturday, when that opened up, we had to shut down art merit badge, and now that we have that have that mistake fixed, we'll be able to open up art merit badge as slots for scouts to take that merit badge as well. All right. little bit of a reminder here for the medical forum review check days, right? Our council office is located in King of Prussia, PA. The address, and we'll make sure that we send this out in the email with the details about those medical form review days, is 901 East 8th Avenue, suite number 103, King of Prussia, PA 19406, right? The med form review team will be set up on the second floor of the main office building, and there'll be some signage and you'll be able to find them without a problem. All right. Scouts, when they're signing up for merit badges, do not need to bring physical blue cards, right? All of our merit badge registration pieces and merit badge recording at the end of the week is all done through BlackPug, right? So at the end of the week of camp, our counselors will put all the merit badge information into BlackPug. That'll be there for each unit to review to make sure scouts have completed requirements, have partials in different merit badges. And then there's also a very easy syncing feature between BlackPug and Scoutbook, where you have the opportunity to download that information out of BlackPug, upload it into Scoutbook, and it's all there for your unit to have the completes and progress recorded for each merit badge that the scouts completed while they were in camp. So we don't use any blue cards during our stay in camp. Question here about bicycles, right? We have some bike guidelines outlined inside of our program guides. Scouts have to wear a helmet while they're riding. And just like we ask any vehicles, motor vehicles driving in camp, we ask scouts to ride at only 5 miles an hour. A scout riding on a bicycle at a speed faster than 5 miles an hour could seriously hurt themselves on the semi-rocky terrain that is our camp road and things like that. So driving at that slower pace will make sure that everybody's going to be safe as they're riding around camp. Bikes are not a necessity. Somebody asked if bikes are necessary. They're just useful if the scouts want to get from place to place a little quicker without walking. There's on our camp map located at resicafalls.org/documents, there is a travel guide that kind of shows approximate times between locations. If you're walking from the shop or the ATV course all the way up to the STEM center, that's going to be a bit of a hike. But if you're going from ecology to handicraft, or even from the rifle range down into scoutcraft or sports, that's certainly a nice walk that wouldn't require a bicycle ride or anything like that. It's really up to a scout and the unit's discretion how bikes are going to be used in camp. Okay. Conservation service hours. So we offer the opportunity for conservation service time that your unit or a patrol could sign up for as part of the afternoon adventures. Work with our quartermaster staff and our ecologist staff to help and work in a variety of different conservation-oriented service projects around camp. So there is that opportunity, and you can sign up during that afternoon adventure and sign up on Sunday evenings when you arrive in camp like Dom spoke about. We do offer a shuttle to the lake. The shuttle to the lake usually starts about 15 to 20 minutes before the merit badge sessions in the morning. So that would be around 8:40, 8:45, and then 10:20, 10:25 to get up to the lake, okay? And then there are some afternoon shuttles up when open boating begins following our 2 lunches. There aren't shuttle rides back down to the lake, back down from the lake, I should say. The shuttle is only a one-way drop-off to the lake. Scouts would be walking back down with a buddy, of course, that they may have met in a class or something like that, to get back down into the main part of camp. All right. Well, questions seem to be slowing down a little bit, so I'm going to say thank you for joining us this evening. We had a good talk with lots of different questions and information shared. A recording of this session will be made available at youtube.com/Resica Falls. You'll see the recording of this meeting as well as the one that we had back in February, sharing some details about the stay in camp. In addition, if you have other questions, feel free to reach out to us at hello@resicafalls.org. Somebody from our team will certainly get back to you or connect you with somebody that can get you the answers, particularly if it's a question around registration that somebody at our council office might need to assist you with. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in camp.